Hey everyone! Artificial intelligence is moving at a breakneck speed, right? It's completely rewriting the rulebook for entire industries. And today, we're diving deep into one of the highest stakes games there is, venture capital. We're going to explore how AI isn't just another tool, but a fundamentally new kind of mind that's reshaping how billion-dollar bets are made. So yeah, let's get into it.
And just to be crystal clear, this is not some sci-fi, far-off future stuff. This is happening right now. A study from just last year in Nature Neuroscience showed that an AI could literally decode a person's brain activity from fMR scans and turn it into continuous language. I mean, it could reconstruct what someone was thinking without them saying a word. This has officially left the realm of science fiction and landed squarely in scientific reality.
So here's the core idea we're going to unpack. The cost of raw analytical intelligence, the ability to just crunch data and find patterns, is plummeting towards zero. And whenever something that fundamental becomes cheap, abundant, and accessible, it changes everything. It changes how companies are built, how they get funded, and really, what it even means to have a competitive edge anymore. So first up, let's talk about the big picture concept that's driving this entire revolution, this idea of the zero-cost mind.
Okay, this is where it gets absolutely fascinating. There's this wild parallel between our own brains and how AI works. On one side, you've got a biological neuron in your head. It's a pretty simple little thing, right? It just listens for signals from its neighbors, and when it hits a certain tipping point, it fires. But you get 100 billion of them working together, and somehow you get consciousness, you get ideas, you get us. Now look at the other side, an artificial neuron. It's just following some basic mathematical rules. But scale that up to trillions of parameters, and you suddenly get a system that can reason, that can write code, that can translate languages. The mind-blowing part is that intelligence simply emerges from complexity. It doesn't matter if the building block is carbon or silicon.
And there's a name for this incredible phenomenon: emergence. It's the reason AI seems to take these giant, unexpected leaps forward. You see, you don't explicitly program an AI to say, understand poetry. You just make the model bigger, feed it more data, make it more complex, and then, one day, boom, that capability just emerges. It wasn't designed in, it just appeared. And this process of emergence, it has a really distinct pattern. For a while, as you're making an AI model bigger, its performance on some new, complex task is basically just random guessing. I mean, it's completely useless. But then, it hits this critical point, this threshold of scale and complexity, and its skill level doesn't just improve, it suddenly shoots straight up. It goes from being a dumb toy to an indispensable tool, seemingly overnight. That's just the wild, non-linear reality of how this stuff works. Okay, so let's bring this down from the clouds and see how it actually works in the real world. We're going to walk through a case study, the creation of a tool that's been nicknamed the AI Analyst, or AIA for short.
You know, it all started with a pretty simple question. Could we get an AI to read a startup's pitch deck and give a halfway decent analysis in like 60 seconds? But it very, very quickly spiraled into something way more powerful.
Just listen to this list of what this AI analyst can do now. It's basically the work of an entire team of junior analysts, but at a speed and scale that is just not humanly possible. We're talking deep dive 100-page diligence reports done in less than an hour. It can draft investment theses, create market maps, and even write banker-style memos for selling a company. But here's the part that's truly stunning. It's becoming agentic. It can now act on its own. It can literally autonomously call and interview industry experts over the phone and adapt its questions in real time based on their answers. This isn't just analysis anymore, this is active investigation. And this isn't just a hypothetical feature list. I mean, look at this. This is a real market map of over 100 companies in a super complex area of biotech. The AIA generated this entire table, all this detailed analysis, in about an hour. A project like this would take a team of humans weeks.
Okay, but let's pump the brakes for a second. It's not perfect. Not even close. This thing has zero emotional intelligence. It can't read the subtle body language in a tense board meeting. It can't sense the friction between two co-founders. It can analyze all the data in the world, but it can't exercise true judgment. Those core human skills are still what matter most, at least for now.
So, what happens when a tool like this gets unleashed on an industry? When you can basically automate the core function of an entry-level job, well, what happens to that job? Is this the end of the analyst? The shift is pretty profound. The old-school analyst role, the one built on the grind of manual research, late-night Excel modeling, that's effectively over. What's replacing it is the augmented associate. Their job isn't to do the analysis anymore, it's to direct the AI.
They're the ones who have to ask the really smart questions, frame the strategy, and provide that crucial layer of quality control and judgment that the machine just doesn't have.
And this leads to a pretty wild conclusion. If you have specialized AI agents for research, for legal work, for modeling, the entire structure of a venture capital firm could change. The idea of a single partner, focused purely on judgment and relationships, running a billion-dollar fund with a team of AI agents? Yeah, that's not science fiction anymore.
And of course, this revolution isn't just happening inside the VC firms, it's having this massive downstream effect on the kinds of startups they're funding, especially in a field as data-heavy and complex as biotech.
We're now seeing this really clear valuation gap open up. A traditional biotech company, its value is tied to its slow, expensive march through clinical trials. But these new AI-native biotechs, the ones with a powerful AI platform at their core, they're commanding these huge premium valuations way earlier in the game. Investors aren't just betting on a single drug, they're betting on the scalability of the platform to generate dozens of shots on goal.
So what does it take for one of these companies to actually be valuable? Well, it's not just about having a flashy algorithm, it's a whole cocktail. You need proprietary tech, sure, but you also need exclusive access to really high-quality data. And critically, you need a tight feedback loop with a real-world wet lab to actually test and validate what the AI is predicting. The ones that really succeed balance all of that with smart pharma partnerships and eventually building out their own pipeline of drugs.
So, where is all this heading? The pace of change is just staggering. Let's try to lay out a speculative, but pretty grounded roadmap for what the next 5 years or so might look like.
By next year, AI copilots are basically going to be standard issue in any firm that's paying attention. By 2027, we're talking multi-agent systems becoming mainstream, completely changing how firms are structured. And by 2030, these AI agents will just be an embedded part of the workflow, freeing up human VCs to focus almost entirely on the things that machines can't do. The progression from AI as a tool, to a platform, to an autonomous partner is going to happen incredibly fast. Which really brings us to the most important question in all of this. In a world awash with cheap, abundant artificial intelligence, what is the real value of human intelligence?
So what's left for us? When you strip it all away, it really boils down to 3 core, irreplaceable human skills. While the AI is handling the what, all the data, all the analysis, we humans have to become masters of the how and the who. Number 1 is judgment. That's the wisdom to see beyond the spreadsheet and make the tough call. 2 is negotiation, the subtle art of navigating complex human dynamics to get a deal done. And number 3, maybe most important, is relationships, the ability to build the kind of deep, foundational trust that no algorithm can ever replicate. This is the new toolkit. This is the future of human work.
We're walking into an era where intelligence is a utility. It's like electricity. It's just there on tap. The new competitive advantage isn't about having the most intelligence. It's about applying it with the most wisdom. And that really leaves us with a final, critical question to think about. As AI takes over analysis, what is the new, true value of human wisdom?